Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Today I'm doing something a bit different. I did look through the Apex cookbook, but realistically the only thing that has any relevance to the game is the red velvet cake, and it just sort of seems like a big pain just for a bit of a whim. So today instead we're doing the Final Fantasy coffee biscuits. Hope you enjoy, let me know what you think. Perfect, so to begin with this, it says to put in a small bowl the espresso powder and hot water. I wasn't going to go out of my way to buy, well, it says espresso powder, I'm assuming instant's fine, but I wasn't going to go out of my way to buy stuff that I wasn't going to drink. So today I am using the Little's chai chocolate coffee. It's really lovely stuff. I definitely recommend their drinks if you haven't tried them. And then we are putting a tablespoon of hot water on top of that as well. It says whisk, but I really don't think you need to whisk instant coffee. There we go. And then in a medium bowl, all-purpose flour. So I've just got the plain flour for everyone in the UK. We are doing 2.5 cups, which is the equivalent of 390 grams. It's up to you which way around you want to do it. I am going to be doing it in cups today just because I have them. The idea of the American cup is that you can use any size cup, just use the same one throughout your baking so that the measurements are kind of the same. So we turn off one. So that's your 2.5. We've got whole wheat flour. I am using plain wholemeal. It's pretty much the same thing. And then we've got 1/4 cup, which says it's 45 grams on there. Salt and baking powder. So our salt is 1/4 teaspoon. I'm not going to measure that with a teaspoon. I'm just going to put a couple of these in. And baking powder, also a teaspoon. Lovely, so that's our dry mix. And then we need to combine our butter, sugar, brown sugar, and then the eggs, vanilla, and the espresso mix that we made earlier. Lovely, so in this bowl we need a cup of butter. It says unsalted, but I always use salted for my baking. That's 250 grams, that is a whole block in the UK. We want 1/2 cup of beet sugar. Again, in the UK, most of our sugar is generally made with the beet plant. So you should be fine with just normal caster sugar. But you can always double check the packaging if you just want to be safe. I don't think it should really matter though, how close that is. Nice. How is the recipe so far out to what that is? Never mind. And then we want 1/2 cup of brown sugar. So I do have dark, soft brown sugar for this. Lovely. Mix until smooth. Get rid of my scales now. I did melt the butter. It says room temperature, but I melted it just to make this a little bit easier and quicker. Lovely. Add the eggs. So we want 2 eggs. vanilla and espresso, so we want 1 teaspoon of vanilla as well. Cat. I'll be brutally honest, I normally use more than what the recipe wants. Sorry, that's my cat. Yes, bud, we can all hear you. Yes, bud. Yeah, we know you're home. And our coffee that we made earlier. There we go. So mix. Don't mix it until both comes together. Give it a mix partially first, so we can about flour. That does smell really nice though. Just chuck all that in. It'll be fine. I know it always says slowly, but you'll be alright if you just chuck it all in together. And then once that's come together, we are putting in our chocolate chips. It's 250 grams or 8 ounces if you're following that. I think I might swap out. There we go. Don't get it on the book. I do only have 200 grams because they're sold in 100 gram packs. Perfect. So we're going to line 2 baking sheets with your parchment paper and divide these into approximately 50 gram balls. It says to put it in the fridge for an hour, but personally I'm not going to worry about that. And then preheat your oven to 180 degrees or 350 Fahrenheit and bake them for 15 to 20. So I'll see you in a minute. Lovely, so I've got all these out. I will say the mixture was a little bit wet, so maybe you want your butter a little bit firmer than mine was. I microwaved it for about 30 seconds, so maybe 10-15 if you do feel the need to. And just as a reference, I've got 16 out of this mixture, but I didn't weigh it. I have just sort of done about a handful per dough ball. Let's see what they look like on the other side. I will see you in 15 to 20 minutes. Perfect, so it's been about 40 minutes. They've done their 20 minutes cooking, about 20 minutes to cool down. I have tried this one here. It does taste like coffee. It's sort of like a background flavour, so if you wanted something a bit stronger, maybe put a bit more in or put a stronger coffee in. The dark chocolate does complement them quite well. I will say I do have a small oven, but obviously you don't want to put these as close together as they were unless you maybe want like a short, like shortbread sheet, but like this cookie mix as a cookie sheet. But yeah, I definitely recommend trying it. It's worked out really well. They're really soft still in the middle as well. If there's anything else you want to try, let me know and I will see what I can do. As always, stay safe and I will see you in the next one.